Good morning, folks. Welcome back to Adventurous Ukuleles. We're here live again, Macclesfield, on a grey Saturday morning. It's the last live stream before Christmas. I've got a Christmas hat. It's got batteries in and they've just fallen out on the floor, so I shall fix that later. I've got a spare one in case. I hope you've all got ukuleles. I'm just going to adjust my camera, which seems to have gone sideways. Fractionally better, perhaps. Again, different camera setup this morning. Been trying different cameras. Let me know if you've noticed any difference. If you haven't, then why do I even bother? But I'm hoping this camera is smoother than last week's. We'll see. We'll see. We are going to be looking at an absolute classic of a Christmas song this morning. I always get the title of this wrong. It's called, technically, Merry Christmas Everybody. And I get that mixed up with Merry Christmas Everyone, which is a different song. So I call this one So Here It Is, Merry Christmas. But that's not what it's called. It's called Merry Christmas Everybody by Slade, a local resident, Mr. Noddy Holder. If you're watching, good morning to you. Thank you for a song that's probably going to keep you in your pension for the rest of your life. Let's get started, shall we? I can see a few of you on the chat. What are you supposed to watch during Christmas time? Well, Mr. No Signal Productions, over in Sweden, I believe. There are usually hundreds and thousands of repeats on TV. I don't even know if they do repeats on TV. Do people even have TV anymore? I don't really know. You could watch YouTube, David. How about all of my back catalogue on Aquifer Music? And my sister channel, or brother channel, or alternative channel, Nico Fur. Nikkofir. That's my band. We also have a YouTube channel which occasionally posts covers that are less ukulele based. Anyway, I'm a bit razzled this morning. It's the last one before Christmas. It feels like I've been doing these things forever. I've no idea how we'll do them in the new year, but we'll talk about that later. Let's get cracking. We need to have a listen to what we're going to play this morning, and I need to sort my hat out. So here we are with Merry Christmas, Everybody. And Andy, I think I got the words right. 1, 2, 3. Are you hanging up a stocking on your wall? It's the time that every Santa has a ball. Does he ride a red-nosed reindeer? Does a ton up on his sleigh? Do the fairies keep him sober for a day? So here it is, Merry Christmas, everybody's having fun. Look to the future now, it's only just begun. Are you waiting for the family to arrive? Are you sure you've got the room to spare inside? Does your granny always tell you that the old songs are the best? But she's up and rockin', rollin' with the rest. So here it is, Merry Christmas, everybody's having fun. Look to the future now, it's only just begun. What will your daddy do when he sees your mama kissing Santa Claus? Are you hanging up your stocking on the wall? Are you hoping that the snow will start to fall? Do you slide on down the hillside on a buggy you have made? When you land upon your head when you've been slayed. So here it is, Merry Christmas, And we're back, folks. Hope that was okay for you. I enjoyed making that, although it was a very quick process yesterday, hence I didn't film all of the parts that you heard, but it's still a lot of fun to do these videos, even if they take an inordinate amount of time. But I have fun making them. So, we're going to be playing that song today, and if you enjoy these tutorials, if you enjoy those videos that I do, please do look just below the video and have a look at the like button. That tells me that, oh yeah, I like this one. If you like it, then click on that. There's also a big red button below that, which may say subscribe. If it says subscribed, then thank you. You're subscribed to my channel. If it says subscribe, then you haven't yet subscribed. It's free to do. You click on the button and then you get my videos in your YouTube feed. It doesn't require any payment or registration. Some people say, oh, I don't want to subscribe because, you know, there's all that kind of commitment. But it's literally just, yes, I like this channel. I'd like to see these videos in my YouTube feed. And there's even a little bell next to the subscribe button that says, yes, I want actually to get a notification when Tim releases a new video. If you click that, you get those. Some basic YouTube mechanics alongside the ukulele tutorials this morning, if you didn't know. Like and subscribe, folks. It really does help to grow the channel and more people can enjoy these, and then we can keep doing them in the new year. So, I've got my Christmas hat on. It's got flashing lights. It's a little bit small for me. It does belong to my son, who's 5. Let's have a look at the song this morning. Where are the chords? Here they are. So this song is, it's got a few twists and turns in it. It's not really an absolute beginner piece, but it's not super difficult either. The chords that you require are mostly from the key of C. The original, though, is in the key of G, and I've moved it to C, which is quite a big change. It's quite low for my voice in this new key, but it does make the chords a lot more manageable than if we do it in the original key. But we don't exclusively use chords from the key of C. There are 2 borrowed chords in there. Can you spot which ones they are? I hope you can. After nearly a year of live stream tutorials, we've used a lot of the chords in C major. C major has no sharps or flats. So as soon as we see a chord with a sharp or a flat in the name, then we know it's probably a borrowed chord from somewhere else out of C major. But also there are major and minor chords, and the chords in C major are C major, D minor, E minor, F major, G major, A minor, B diminished / G7, and then back to C again. So we follow the alphabet: C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. So the eagle-eyed amongst you will have spotted on this sheet there is an E flat chord. It has a flat in the name. It's a borrowed chord. It's not in our C major scale, the note E flat. So the chord is also not in our C major chords. But there's another chord in there that is not in our key. I'm not primarily thinking of the sus4 or the 7th chords. They're extensions of chords that are in our key. But the G minor chord actually has a B flat note, or an A sharp, depending how you look at it, but I would call it a B flat, which isn't in our C major scale, so that G minor can't be in our key either. So our 2 borrowed chords are E flat major and G minor, and the rest are chords that we should be fairly familiar with. There's an extension, there's an E minor 7, for example, but we know how to play that pretty well. We'll come to that in a minute. And there's also a G suspended 4th, or a G sus4, as we say, which is not an extension of a G chord, but a modification. So it's a G chord. This is the 3rd note. The G, 1, 2, 3. That's the note. Normally a G major chord has a major 3rd, but a suspended 4th has swapped the major 3rd for a 4th. There's no number 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I play that 4th instead of the 3rd, and we get this suspended. It wants to go somewhere, probably back to G. Adds a little tension. That's what a sus4 chord is and where the name comes from. So that isn't a borrowed chord from a different key. It is in our key really, but it's just a modified version. And other than that, we've got G, and we've got C, we've got A minor, and E minor, and a D minor. My sheet doesn't have a D minor on. My wife spotted that late last night as I was uploading all the documents. So hopefully your version on the screen, yes, it does have a D minor on there. Thank you, Sophia. So, let's dive in. Our intro leaps in immediately with one of our borrowed chords. We're going to start with an E flat chord. It's not that hard a chord to play. On a guitar, it's annoying. On a ukulele, it's pretty much reasonable. There's no bars involved. Open G, 3rd fret on the C, 3rd fret on the E, 1st fret on the A. Just checking the chat. Morning, can't join you this morning, but just popped in to wish everybody a hopeful Christmas and a brave new year. Thanks, Pete. I appreciate that. Quoting from Greg Lake there from 2 weeks ago. We did his Christmas song. So our E flat is our first chord. And we're going to be playing that for 2 bars. We're in a 4/4 pattern for this song. It's this kind of tempo. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. Probably around about 120, 130 BPM, if I remember correctly. Beats per minute. After the E flat, we're going to a G sus4 and then to a G. I would strongly recommend playing the G sus4 as if you're playing a normal G, but then add your little finger down to the A string. You can keep the middle finger down on fret 2, so that when you take your little finger away, you can easily drop back to a G. That happens quite a lot. So our intro, just nice and simple. E flat for 2 bars, G sus4 for 1 bar, G for 1 bar. 1, 2, 3, 4. E flat. Now G sus4. That's our chord sequence, pretty straightforward. There are some bass notes written into your sheets. Now, I'm not really intending that you play these on the ukulele, but if you're playing bass, handy, then you can play those notes. You can see them there as an E flat, and then there's a tiny /D. The notation we use for describing a chord normally assumes that the name of the chord is the bottom note of the chord. So an E flat chord should have an E flat note at the bottom. But sometimes we have an E flat chord, but we've rearranged the notes in it so that the E flat note isn't the lowest note. We could have one of the other notes. In this case, well, the notes in an E flat chord are E flat, G and B flat. So we can use any one of those notes at the bottom and just rearrange the notes, and it's still an E flat chord. We'd normally write that if I used the B flat at the bottom, I'd say E flat / B flat, E flat over B flat, or E flat on B flat. Lots of ways of saying it. And it just means E flat chord with a B flat note in the bass. But that bass note doesn't have to be in the chord already. So in this example, I've put a D, halfway through that first bar, you've got a D in the bass note, which isn't in our chord. But it means the bass line is doing its own thing. It's not following the chord exactly. So if you see notations like that, that's what it means. If you're playing ukulele, you can usually ignore / notation, as it's called, because we don't have very many bass strings available to us on the ukulele. However, it is possible to get an approximation on the ukulele. So my E flat chord is here. Then I can lower that finger down there to, that note is a D. So I'm putting a D at the bottom. Actually, it's turned my chord into a G minor chord. But we'll ignore that for now. It's a passing reference to the G minor. Because then I can take that finger away entirely, and I get a C at the bottom, and we're into 2nd bar, E flat over C. Unfortunately, I can't get a B flat. My strings don't go low enough. That's the lowest note I can play on the ukulele. I need that note, but I haven't got it. So I just went back, in the video, I just went back to the normal E flat chord. If you're playing an instrument that's got a low G string, you should be able to find a B flat note there, in which case you need to play the chord like that. But most of you, I think, have got high G strings, so don't worry about that last E flat over B flat. So that makes our opening sequence like this. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'd actually probably strum that G once and then hold it, or even strum it twice and then hold the last 2 beats. Right, that's our intro. Let's have a quick look at the verse. I'll come back to the intro and talk about swing, but I think we'll do that after we've gone through the chords. So, our verse now doesn't use too many hard chords, but they do change fairly quickly and a little bit unexpectedly. We've got 2 beats of a C, 1, 2, 2 beats of an A minor, 1, 3, 4 even, 4 beats of an E minor, 1, 2, 3, 4, then 2 beats of a G, 2 beats of a G sus4, and 4 beats of a G. Let's hear that together nice and slowly. 1, 2, 3, 4. And again, here's the C, A minor, E minor, now a G. If you wanted to do a variation in that last bar of G, you could put G sus2 in there. Take that middle finger away. I sometimes do that on the video, but I haven't put it in the score because I don't think Slade used that chord. But it does sometimes feel like it fits. Then we've got a slightly easier pattern, just a bar of F, bar of C, bar of F, bar of C, C, bar of F, bar of C, then the last line D minor, F, G sus4, and a G, and put a break in there. Okay, that is the chords for the verse. Now that we've done the intro and the verse, let's talk about strumming, because all I've been doing so far is just strumming on the beat. However, there's a really strong swing to this song, and I talk a lot about strumming straight and strumming in a swing style, and we've gone into it a little bit at depth. But I really want to look at how do we strum in a swing style really convincingly. So let's break it down. What do I mean by swing? Well, what do I mean by straight first? This is a straight quaver pattern. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and where the notes, the numbers 1, 2, 3, 4 are evenly divided by ands. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Now, that's a straight pattern. The and is exactly in between the numbers. With a swing pattern, we shift the and back. Back. Which way is for you? Back in the bar, forward in the bar, however you want to think about it, towards the end of the bar. So the and is no longer exactly halfway between 1 and 2. It comes a little bit after the halfway point. Theoretically, we could shift it the other way and go before the halfway point, but that almost never happens that I know of. When it does, they sometimes call it a Scotch snap because it's relatively unusual. But a swing pattern shifts it forwards in the bar, or back in the bar, however you think about it, after the halfway point. So the and becomes late. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Compare that to a straight pattern. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Swing pattern, 2, 3, 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Can you hear the difference? I hope so. It's quite an intuitive thing because I haven't told you exactly how far to move that and. So theoretically, this is the way it's taught in the theory session. A swing is, instead of dividing the beat into 2 bits and placing the and, the upbeat, on that halfway point, we're dividing the beat into 3 and placing the and on the last of the 3 divisions. So we've divided each beat into thirds, and the upstroke, the and, comes 2/3 of the way through the beat. That would be a 66% swing. Now, a lot of notation, software and theory assumptions actually assume a 60% swing. So 66, the exact 2/3 mark, isn't maybe as accurate as you think, but it's a really good way of visualizing the concept. So if I move from the 50% mark, the straight position, to the 66, roughly, percent, and we get the 1 and 2. Dividing the beat into 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. I can count the beats as well. 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3, 3, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3, 3, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3. Then I need to put an upstroke on the 3 of each beat. 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3, 3, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3, 3, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3. That is a swing pattern. Now I've broken it down into very kind of clinical divisions there. But if you're never quite sure how does a swing feel again, then break the beat down into 3 and play your upstrokes on the last third of the beat, and you will be playing in a swing. You'll be playing almost exactly in a 66% swing. Now, jazz musicians sometimes talk about a hard swing or a soft swing because that 66% position is movable. People usually assume their swing is more often about 60%. So I haven't moved it quite as far in the beat. Or we could swing really hard and get it more like a 70% swing. It starts to sound a bit like 1E and a 2E and a 3E, and so we're almost dividing it into 4 and playing on the last quarter. That would be a 75% swing. So swing is a feel thing. It's an intuitive thing, but you can get exactly on a 66% swing by dividing the beat into 3. I'm labouring the point slightly here because I've seen pupils really struggle with this. Some of you, however, have already got this and you just feel it. It feels right. Great. Then don't worry about this 60% swing business or anything like that, or thirds or triplets. Just feel it. If you can feel a good solid swing, then you play it. That's by far the best way to do it. But if you can't feel it straight away, you've got to be able to create it mechanically, and then you'll start to feel it and you think, oh yeah, it feels like that. Then you can come back to it more quickly. So what does that mean for this song? Well, let's have a look at the intro again. Instead of just playing on the beat, I want to put a swing in there. So I'm going to put the upstroke in at about the 2/3 mark of each beat. I'm using a down and an up for that upstroke. So down on the numbers, up on the ands. Let's play that intro with a swing. 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. G4, G. Same for the verse. And C, A minor, E minor, G, G4, G. Okay, now there's one last wrinkle, because now that we've got that swing in there, the band don't change chords on the downstrokes. They actually change on that swing upstroke. You'll hear, if you listen to the guitar part in the original, you get this. Let's count in. 1, 2, 3, 4. Particularly on that G, G4 section, and particularly in the second verse, you'll hear it really clearly. He's not changing on the beat. He's not changing on beat 3, sorry, of that bar of G. He's changing on the and just before it. And because it's swung, it's really close to beat 3, but it's not quite on beat 3. It's the upstroke just before beat 3. And the A minor and the E minor chords do similar things there. Now this is icing on the cake. If you're struggling with a normal swing, then don't worry about this, just play on beat 3, change on the beat. But if you really want to capture what Slade are doing, you need to change on the upstroke. Are you hanging up your stocking on the wall? Is it time that every Santa has a ball? Does he ride a red-nosed reindeer? Does he turn up on his sleigh? Do the fairies keep him sober for a day? So I'm getting carried away there and playing the song before we're ready to do it. You could hear the swing in there though, captures the feel of the song. It is icing on the cake, so don't panic if that's really difficult to do. It only applies for chords that change halfway through the bar. Da, da, da. The and before the 3, or the and after the 2. But it's much closer to the 3 than usual. You may have noticed on the last couple of bars there, I did something else that we haven't talked about. Do the fairies keep him sober for a day? And again, we're making use of our swing division. I'm playing triplets here. I'm dividing each beat into 3. And I'm playing every one of those this time. Just like we did when we were manufacturing the swing, dividing each beat into 3 is really useful. This time I'm playing every one of those divisions. 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3, 3, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3. Let's take it really slow. And because I've only got 2 directions of my strumming, down or up, I can't fit it nicely into a 3 pattern. So I'm going to use the pattern stretched over 2 beats. So it's going to go down, up, down, up, down, up. But I've got to emphasise the first down, down, up, down, up, down, up. That emphasised up is where beat 2 lands. Let's count that in really slowly. 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3. Down, up, 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 down, up. Even slower. 3, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3. Down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. Now that can be tricky to get your head around, particularly when we do it fast. Because you've got to be doing it automatically by that point. But that's what I'm doing to get that really strong emphasis on the G sus4. I'm playing all of the triplets in all of the beats. Digga da digga da digga da digga da 1 2 3 2 2 3 3 2 3 4 2 3. Harder to say than to play. So that last line a bit slower. 1 2 3 4 2 3 4 F. Here comes the triplets. Down up down up down up down up down up down up D. G even. I said D. It's a D chord on the guitar, right? So that is now all of the wrinkles that the swing pattern brings in to our playing for the verse and the intro in particular. The chorus is a bit more straightforward. There are no chords that change halfway through the bar. That only happens actually in the verse and only in the first 2 lines of the verse. But it's worth knowing about while we're talking about it. So let's play through the intro and the verse while we're there. A 1, a 2, a 1, 2, 3, 4. E flat with the bass descending. G sus4, triplets. Hold the G, C, A minor, E minor, G, G sus4, G. Same again, C, A minor, E minor, G, G sus4, G. Long chords now, F, C, F, C, D minor, F, triplet G sus4, G, 2, 3, 4. Good. If you kept up with that, well done. If you did all of the swings, even more well done. If you did the halfway chords on the upbeat, fantastic. You should be in a rock band and performing on Top of the Pops with Christmas songs. Not that I'm jealous of Noddy. The chorus. We're on the chorus. With that last G we held. So here it is. This is the point where the whole family needs to join in. We need a kind of chorus effect on this chorus. Oh, it's called a chorus. I wonder what. This is where the chorus comes in. The Greek chorus as the choir essentially. So we need to have lots of voices singing on this chorus. Hence, every time I did the chorus on that video, I added a new voice part. So I think there's 6 voice parts singing along with the tune by the end. Up the octave, down the octave. Go crazy. Let's have a look at this chorus. We've got a little E flat in there, so watch out for that. We're not as used to that chord as we perhaps need to be. At least I'm not. C first. 1, 2, 3, 4. E minor 7. E flat. Moving to a G. C. E minor. 7 even. E flat, hold it, just play on the beat, not on the beat even, G. For those last 4 bars, I'm just playing on beats 1 and 3. So going from the second line of the chorus, look to that E minor 7 future now. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. You can emphasize the last G bar if you wish. That gives a little bit of space for the ride cymbal to go the ting on beats 2 and 4, or a cowbell if you've got it. It's actually a ride cymbal on the original. I always thought it was cowbell here. We've used cowbell before when we've done this in the group. So more cowbell, I think. Can't go wrong. So that would sound like this. Look to the future now. It's oh ting, just ting, ga ting, ga ting, ga. So that happens in between the strums. If you're playing on beats 1 and 3, the ride cymbal or the cowbell or the cajon, as in my video, is going to be playing on beats 2 and 4. Right. That shouldn't be too difficult, I think. There's just 1 chord per bar. We've got that E flat in there, but it's not too hard to get to, particularly from the E minor 7. Oh well, it's not that straightforward. Take it nice and slow. Practice each transition on its own. Just if you've got a particular transition that causes a speed bump for you, stops you playing the rest of it at the normal speed, then just over that speed bump over and over again with a bulldozer. And your bulldozer is practice. Till your fingers know where to go automatically. Right, remember that E minor 7 is just a G chord with the ring finger missing. So it's a little bit quicker to get to than a full E minor, which sometimes helps when we're playing a funny chord sequence like this. Right, still checking the chat, nothing else on there. Do let me know if anything's not clear or if I'm labouring the point too much, or you just want me to take the hat off and get on with it. Let's have a look at the bridge. The bridge happens after chorus 2. So we've got an intro, we do verse 1, we do a chorus, we do verse 2, we do another chorus, then we do the bridge. I haven't put the structure on because it's really simple. Verse 1, chorus, verse 2, chorus, bridge, verse 3, chorus. And we do the chorus twice at the end. The reason I didn't put the structure on is because I forgot, not because it's too simple. So the bridge suddenly switches key. We've gone from a G major chord. It's only just begun. Here's our G major. And we switch to a G minor. So these 2 fingers are going to swap around and move to the G minor position. What will your daddy do? Now the E flat is actually really close to a G minor. We just need to slide that finger up by 1 fret. That's my middle finger. What will your daddy E flat do when he sees you? Back to the G minor. Mama, kissing. Back to the E flat. Santa Claus. To an F now. Uh-huh. To a G. Uh-huh. The door's opening then. So there's that bridge, nice and slow. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. G minor, E flat, G minor, E flat, then the F, then the G. If you want to have a bit of variety in there, try using a different F. So we've done our G minor and then our E flat, and we're going to move to the F, but hold the shape of the E flat, slide it up by 2 frets. Ooh. Then slide it up again by 2 frets. There's a G. So we get a nice little sequence with the shape of the E flat sliding up the fret. That sounds like this. What will your daddy do when he sees your mama kissing Santa Claus? It's a nice little ascending line. Makes a change from playing an open F and a normal open G. Right, that's the bridge done. Then we go back to the verse, which is almost the same as verse 1 in terms of the lyrics. They've got their pun at the end. Are you hanging up, stocking I should say about the anticipated chords, those swung chord changes, they actually line up with the lyrics. Are you hanging up? If you change on the word up, you'll get that A minor in the right place. And then when he says stocking, that's the E minor. Are you hanging up a stocking on the wall? I can't help you place the G sus4, you've got to do that by counting. But for the A minor and the E minor, the up and st of stocking, give you the places for that A minor and E minor position. Right. So there's quite a lot of material in there in terms of different stuff to play. There's some new chords, or at least slightly less familiar chords. We've got a really, really strong swing, and that's the kind of learning point from this song. If I'm going to give you educational theory on you, I want you to learn how to play with a swing from this song. You can't play the song without it. Well, you can, but it sounds like this. Are you hanging up a stocking on your wall? It's the time that every Santa has a ball. You know, it sounds like choir boys. Maybe that's just me. We have to have a swing to get the feeling of kind of frivolity that Slade bring to this. If you can sing it with a stupid smile, a stupid grin on your face like Noddy does, then even better. Yeah. Don't know what else to say there. Let me know in the comments if there's any bits you don't understand, but we're almost ready for a playthrough of the whole piece. Let me just check what I've missed. I put in a few breaks. Well, I put in the break at the end of the verse. When you land upon your head, then you've been slain. So here it is. It's not actually in the original song, that break, but it makes a lot of sense when you're playing it unaccompanied to have that break where the melody, the vocals just fill that gap. So here it is. Come back in on the is of So Here It Is, Merry Christmas. You can also do that at the end of the intro. Are you hanging up? And you could also do it at the end of the chorus. Only just begun. Are you waiting for? And possibly the end of the bridge. Santa Claus. Are you? Well, I'm doing a half the bar full of triplets there. Anyway, those are basically, every time we've got a G at the end of a section, you can break the end of it off. So there's a little gap where your brain can think, okay, what are we doing next? Oh, yes, it's the verse next. Oh, it's too late, I've missed it. Or hopefully not that. But right, I think we've got everything we need there. I'm going to try and find some other people to play with, and we'll come and play it for you. All right, don't go anywhere. Back in a minute. Okay, I found them. Took a bit of hunting, but I found them. I don't know how, but I found them. That's like the future, isn't it?
Okay.
So
we are missing a box.
We are missing a box, but it's here.
Cool.
You go with him?
That's quite close to me normally.
Oscar's here too, but he's getting out quick because it's going to be noisy.
Okay then.
Okay, who's still here? There's a few of you still here. Hang in there, folks. Nearly Christmas. We've lost Sophia.
Okay, we're sorry.
And this is a bit too wobbly.
Okay, let's jump closer. Let's jump down again.
It's on the carpet, that's why.
So, that's right.
Have you got everyone in the picture there?
More or less.
It's all right. Yeah. All right then, folks.
You can't see that. I take all the wrong chords now. It's great.
You're off the you're off the camera. All right. This is Merry Christmas, everybody. So William's never played this before. He said, "Yeah, I want to play with you this morning, Daddy." And it's like, "But you don't know the song." "I heard you practicing it last night, Daddy. You woke me up." I was like, first I'd known about it. Do you want a hat?
Yeah.
Bit big for you, but it'll look cool. haven't got a spare one for Sophia.
That's fine.
Guys, thank you so much for sticking around with us this year. What a crazy year. I have no idea what 2021 will be like. I suspect some things will be quite similar. It may well be that we keep doing these live streams for the first part or even the whole of 2021, but I don't know yet. So watch this space. I am looking forward to a break. It's pretty hard work, but it's also a lot of fun. I think it's kind of the hardest bit and the best bit of the week for me. If you are enjoying them, then do check out the links in the description where you can support me to make these videos. Otherwise, they don't get made. Well, they have been getting made because lots of you are supporting me. Thank you so much for that. Give yourselves a pat on the back. Very patronising. Why do people say that? Teachers say that all the time. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and the main thing is have a really good Christmas. I really hope you get a break. You get to see whatever family is appropriate to see, and you get to see the rest of the family without arguing over Zoom, and that everything goes smoothly and that health continues for all of us. No guarantees, but if you look to the future, it's only just begun, after all. Here we go. A 1, a 2, a 1, 2, 3, 4. Are you hanging up your stocking on the wall? It's the time that every Santa has a ball. Does he ride a red-nosed reindeer? Does he turn up on his sleigh? Do your fairies keep him sober for a day? So here it is, Merry Christmas, everybody's having fun. Look to the future now, it's only just begun. Are you waiting for the family to arrive? Is it sure you've got the room to stare inside? Does your granny always tell you that the old songs are the best? But she's up and rock and rolling with the rest. So here it is, Merry Christmas, everybody's having fun. Look to the future now, it's only just begun. Rich, what will your daddy do when he sees your mama kissing Santa Claus? Are you hanging up your stocking on the wall? If you hoping that the snow will start to fall, do you slide on down the hillside in a buggy you have made? When you land upon your head, then you've been slayed. So here it is, Merry Christmas, everybody's having fun. It's Christmas! Oh, too early. It's only just begun. One more time on the chorus. So here it is, Merry Christmas, everybody's having fun. Here it is, it's Christmas! It's only just begun. Yeah, I'm just going to move the camera so you can actually see Sophia. She is here, she was just hiding off the camera. Guys, have a great Christmas. Thank you for sticking with us. And see you in 2021 in some shape or form. God bless.
Merry Christmas!